Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Emem Archibong. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm also a pharmacist, so feel free to call me Emem the Singing Pharmacist. In this video, I will be talking about the 7 pillars of weight loss. As mentioned in part 1 of this series, the 7 pillars of weight loss, according to me, are accountability, calorie reduction, consistency, exercise, proper sleep, stress reduction, and tracking your progress. I hope that part 2, where I'm going to be discussing the 4 final pillars of weight loss, will be of use to you. So if you'd like to find out more in this part 2 of this series, feel free to watch up. So the 4th pillar of weight loss is exercise. I'll just begin with a little story. So in 2013 is when I actually began my fitness journey. I actually joined the gym for the very first time in my whole life in 2013. And the goal was not necessarily to lose weight, it was just to become healthier. But I would go to the gym, spend about 3 hours to 4 hours at the gym and come back home and literally stuff my face. And I was finding that this was like, it was counterproductive because I started gaining weight, believe it or not. Fast forward to now, about 2 years ago, I went for my sister's wedding in Nigeria and I gained some weight. And I remember someone saying to me that my portion sizes were really large, that I eat a lot in terms of the portion sizes. So I decided to reduce my portion sizes. And at the time I had stopped exercising at the gym, but I was eating less because I was eating smaller portions when I did eat. And I found that I started losing weight. So I was tracking my progress. So I would weigh myself once a week and share the results with my family members. And that's how my recent weight loss journey began, because initially I was losing weight just by reducing my portion sizes, and it was also around the time when I had made a pact to work out at home, partly due to COVID but also partly due to my own personal goals. So I was spending 30 minutes working out at home, and I found out the weight was just dropping off, and then it literally just plateaued. No matter how, I didn't reduce my portion sizes anymore, to be fair, but I was finding that I stopped losing weight. So I decided to up my exercising to 40 minutes a day. So I now exercise 40 minutes every day except for Sunday, and I found that the weight continues to drop off, and now I'm in maintenance mode where no matter how much I eat, as long as I'm exercising 40 minutes every single day, I'm finding that I'm not gaining weight, and sometimes I lose a little bit of weight. So the reason I tell you that story is to tell you that diet is very important in weight loss. To lose weight, you need to actually reduce your calories. But exercise is great in terms of maintenance. What it does is it helps you maintain the weight. And another thing is, strength training is really important. When I was growing up, I am of a natural muscular build, and I found that as a teenager I didn't like my build, so I kind of stayed away from exercise because I didn't want to get more muscular. But I found now that I'm older that weight training is really important. It's important to build strong bones, so it prevents things like osteoporosis as you get older, and also it's good in terms of your muscle mass is what gives you shape. Muscle mass also helps burn calories. So at rest, muscle actually is more metabolically active than fat. So it's really important to work on your muscles. You don't necessarily need to become a bodybuilder per se, but just doing incorporating strength exercises into your working out is very important. And also cardio is really, really important. Even for weight loss, cardio is really good. Something else to do with exercise is always have a rest day. So if you decide to exercise every day, which I don't suggest for everyone, I think it depends on where you are on your journey. Sometimes all you need to do is 30 minutes for 3 days a week, and that's fine, and then it can just build up with time. And another thing with exercise is that small bursts are just as effective as a longer session. So doing 3 10-minute bursts of exercise is just as effective as doing a long 30-minute session. So you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to spend doing exercise for 30 minutes or more. So you can just do short bursts. The 5th pillar of weight loss is getting proper sleep. So with this particular pillar, I just wanted to stress the importance of sleep. Sleep is just as important as exercise and diet when it comes to weight loss. It's actually advised that people get between 6 to 8 hours sleep. It's been found that even getting like a nap, so maybe if you're unable to get 3-4 hours sleep on a night, you can maybe just nap during the day just for a few hours to make up the 6 hours or 6 to 8 hours. The thing with sleep is it can affect your impulses. So the next day, your decision making might be affected if you haven't slept well, and you may find that your cravings increase. And not only that, you make your choices when it comes to eating is also affected because you tend to choose more sugary, fatty foods when you're really tired, which ties in with stress because cortisol is released when you're stressed, and that can also make it so that it affects your hormones as well as making it so that your decision making is not as great as it could be because you're so tired. So I'm just going to read from this. It's from a reputable source, by the way. So I found this online about some of the consequences of lack of sleep, and I hope that you find this useful. The first one is it reduces weight loss. So if you are losing weight, you find that you're not losing as much weight when you haven't slept well. It encourages overeating as the second consequence of lack of sleep. The third consequence of lack of sleep is insulin resistance. The fourth consequence of lack of sleep is it affects the body's regulation of your ghrelin and leptin hormones, which are your satiety and hunger hormones. Sorry, I can't pronounce hormones perfectly. And this leads to increased appetite and decreased feelings of fullness. Another consequence of lack of sleep is it affects your food preferences, like I mentioned earlier. So you find that you go for the foods that you shouldn't really be eating. I hope you found that useful. So some tips that can help you sleep better are: 1, have a regular bedtime routine. So have a list of things to do before you go to bed, and your brain knows that when you're doing these things, your brain then knows that sleep is just around the corner. The second one is sleep in a dark room. So try not to have, I do this, but you shouldn't. Try not to have your phone on, try not to have any light in the room that you're sleeping in for at least an hour or 2 before you go to bed. Number 3, don't eat right before you go to bed. Number 4, reduce stress. That can actually help you sleep. And number 5 is to be an early bird. So if you know that you're going to get up early in the morning, then you're more likely to prioritize sleep and go to bed not too late at night, but rather a bit early. So the 6th pillar of weight loss is stress reduction. So when you are stressed, you tend to release a hormone called cortisol, and this can cause you to have unhealthy cravings or unhealthy habits, and it also reduces your metabolism. So and it can also cause emotional eating. So stress can actually make it so that you tend to make unhealthy, like you tend to just grab the first thing that you can get. And a way to combat this would be to always have available healthy snacks, whether it's an apple or some nuts or something healthy in your bag, something healthy in the house that's just like within reach, so that if you are stressed, you don't just grab the first thing you see, which could be a chocolate bar or something else that you shouldn't be eating at that time. And also, stress can make it so that you exercise less. And not only can stress make it so that you exercise less, when you actually exercise, the benefits of those exercise might be reduced by the fact that you're stressed, again because of certain hormones that are released in your body that might make your metabolism not as effective as it could be. And also, stress can cause you to skip meals, and this is another way that people can gain weight, because when you skip meals, you overdo it in the next meal because you're so hungry. So I'm now going to just talk about some of the ways that you can combat stress. And by the way, I just have to add that if you are stressed, then try and see your healthcare provider. So maybe see your GP or pharmacist or another healthcare provider that can help. So I made a list of a few ways that you can combat the effect of stress on your healthy eating and weight loss goals. So the first way to prevent stress affecting your overall weight loss and healthy living goals is one, to have a routine. The second way to combat stress in terms of keeping you on track is to eat healthier comfort foods, i.e. stock them, keep them in sight, keep them in places that you're going to be able to access them easily. The third way to combat the effect of stress on your weight loss goals is to partake in mindful eating, and by this I mean being aware, eating when you're eating, try not to do anything else except eating and really enjoying and savoring the food. The fourth way that you can prevent stress affecting your weight loss goals is to keep a food journal. So if you keep a diary of, like, it ties in with obviously an earlier pillar of weight loss, but if you keep a food diary, that will help you in terms of your weight loss goals. And also the fifth way is to drink more water. So when you're stressed, instead of reaching for food all the time, try to just drink water, or maybe a healthy beverage like green tea. The sixth way to prevent stress affecting your goals is stress relieving activities, e.g. reading a book or listening to music. The seventh and final pillar of weight loss is tracking your progress. Ways you can do this include seeing how you feel, checking your waist circumference measurements, weighing in regularly, e.g. once a week, getting feedback from others, keeping a food diary, and the last way that you can track your progress is to see how your clothes feel. And that ends our video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and your family if you think they'll find it useful. And one last thing I just wanted to say is that when it comes to weight loss, you have to be easy on yourself. So there'll be times when you do not stick to everything that I've said or everything that you planned to do, but you should not beat yourself up in that time, because when it comes to making good habits, it takes a while to achieve good habits and for them to stick. And not only that, it's also cyclical. So if someone is trying to learn to stop smoking or to stop drinking, it's a cyclical process. You can find that sometimes you do really well, and sometimes you can fall and actually give in to not eating right and not doing well. The important thing then is not to give up completely. The important thing is to continue going. So the take-home message from the 7 pillars of weight loss series that I've done is that you need to have a plan, but it's very important that when you cannot stick to that plan, that you do not beat yourself up and give up. Rather, keep going, keep trying, and also give yourself break days as well. It's very important that you're not only eating lettuce all the time. It's important to eat whatever you enjoy, chocolate, ice cream, whatever, once in a while. The important thing is just to, most of the time, I think it's the 80-20 rule, most of the time, be on par with what you're trying to achieve, and then sometimes feel free to be flexible and enjoy good food with family and friends, because life is way too short. Alright, have a good day, and please like, comment, subscribe.